नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आपका आपके अपने चैनल स्टूडेंट लाइफ में। इसमें हमने लास्ट क्लास में हमने पढ़ा था कि सीरीज ऑफ पैरेलल जो कॉम्बिनेशंस होते हैं, सीरीज कॉम्बिनेशन और पैरेलल कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ रेजिस्टेंस, उनकी कैलकुलेशंस कैसे किए जाते हैं, उनको सॉल्व कैसे किया जाता है। उसके बाद इन द एंड मैंने आपको 3 क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने के दिए थे, ठीक है। इन द लास्ट थर्ड क्वेश्चन I write B by mistake. It is a point E. Okay. Now we are discussing about the solution of 3 questions. First, we starting from the question number 1. I redraw the diagram in next page. This is your first question. In this question, the circuit is given that there are 4 ohm and 4 ohm resistance, 4 ohm and 4 ohm resistance, and another is 3 ohm and 3 ohm resistance. When we move from point A to point B, then we got there are two paths to travel from point A to point B. One path through the 4 ohm and 4 ohm resistance, and the another path is through the 3 ohm and 3 ohm resistance. We are having two paths, so this is the combination of parallel resistance. But when we move through this path, then we got the two resistance 4 ohm and 4 ohm in a same path. So 4 ohm and 4 ohm are in series combination. Okay, so first we calculate the 4 ohm and 4 ohm series combination equivalent resistance. So we named this one as the R1, R2, R3 and R4. Okay, the equivalent resistance of R1 and R2 is equivalent resistance of R1 and R2 is R2 is R equivalent 1 equals to, it is a series combination, so equivalent resistance is R1 plus R2, that is 4 plus 4, that is 8 ohm. Okay, it is R equivalent 1. Now in the same manner, when we move from the 3 ohm and 3 ohm resistance R3 and R4, then we get that in this path R3 and R4 are having a same path, so this is the combination of series resistance. So equivalent resistance of the R3 and R4 is R equivalent to, that is R3 plus R4, that is 3 plus 3 ohm, that is a 6 ohm, it is R equivalent 2. So now we redraw the diagram. Now the diagram will become, it's a point, here is the R equivalent 1 and here is the R equivalent 2. It is the point P. It is the R equivalent 1 and it is R equivalent 2. In this diagram we see that these resistance are in parallel combination. So now we calculate the equivalent resistance of parallel combination. What is the formula to calculate the equivalent resistance? That is 1 upon R equivalent equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. Here is 1 upon R equivalent plus 1 upon R equivalent 2. Okay, so here is the calculation of this question. It is 1 upon R equivalent equals to 1 upon 8 plus 1 upon 6. We take LCM, that is 24. 3 plus 4, 7 upon 24. So the value of R equivalent equals to 24 upon 7 ohm. Okay, hope you guys understand what do you mean, what is the value of equivalent resistance. Okay, now we solve the another question. In the next question, this is your next question. In this question, we see that there is a three path when we moving from point A to point B. One path, this through the 4 ohm and 4 ohm resistance. Sorry, it's a 4 ohm in your question. Okay, one path through the 4 ohm and 4 ohm, and the another through the this one, and third part or the hidden path is that this one. Okay, if we calculating the equivalent resistance between A and B, then we get, here is the path where there is no resistance present, means there is no hindrance to flow of current. So the maximum current or the complete current flow through the this path. Okay, flow through the this part. Fine, means we are short this part, we are shorting the point A and B. Here the potential of point A and point B are similar, because there is a short, here is no present of resistance. Okay, sometimes there is changes in question or there is a variation in question, is that they are not giving any kind of resistance between 2 points. If there is no resistance present between 2 points, means the potential of that points are same. Here potential of point A and point B are similar. There is no change in the potential of point A and point B. So the equivalent resistance is 0, because current is flow through the minimum resistance path. Here is the minimum resistance path is 0. Okay, or we can say that it's a shorting of the points, means we take a wire and connect, we take a wire of 0 resistance and connect point A and point B. If we are having the 0 resistance path, then why we go through the this path, this resistant path. Okay, so in this question R equivalent equals to 0. Fine, because we are having the 0 resistance path, or we short the point A and B, because we are having 0 resistance path, or we short okay between point A and point B, point A and point B. Okay, this is a kind of tricky question. You must be follow the electrical diagram, circuit diagram, to check out the equivalent resistance. If here is no shorting path is given, then the previous question and this question is same, but only the values changes. Okay, now we are discussing about our third question, that is in the last video I had written B instead of A. Here is the point A, because there is a path where no resistance is present, so the potential difference of this point and the potential difference of this point is similar, because there is a no resistance path, and similar to this, here is a potential difference B, and same here potential difference, potential is B. Okay, so now we redraw the diagram in a simpler manner. or simpler manner. Okay, here is the point A. Now we draw. Here is the point B. Here we get 3 ohm resistance is present between point A and point B. 3 ohm resistance is present between point A and point B. Again, between point B and point A, 3 ohm resistance is present. So between point B and point A, 3 ohm resistance is present. Again, between point A and point B, 3 ohm resistance is present. Means this is complicated diagram is actually a parallel combination where 3 ohm resistance, 3 ohm resistance are connected in parallel. So now we calculate. It is a simpler way of this diagram. It's look like complicated, but it's a simple question. Okay. Now we redraw the diagram in this manner because here is the point A and point B. Here is the point A and point B. Okay. The resistance connected between the point A and point B is 3 ohm, and the next one is point B and point A is 3 ohm, and the point A and point B is 3 ohm. These 3 ohm resistance are connected in parallel. So now we solve the 3 parallel resistance. One upon R equivalent equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2 plus 1 upon R3. Now we put the value of R1, R2 and R3, that is 3. One plus 1 plus 1. 3 upon 3, that is R equivalent equals to 3 upon 3, that is 1. Okay. So it is a solution of your questions. Now we are discussing the next part of the chapter. Before that, I will told you a thing, that is current is the resistance is the hindrance of current. Means resistance opposes the flow of current. We all of know that. In the same manner, current is follow the path in which minimum resistance is present. Current follow the path in which minimum resistance is present. Or we can say the maximum current, not the complete. Maximum current follow the path in which minimum current resistance is present. If there are two resistance, there are two paths, one are having 8 ohm resistance and another one is having a 6 ohm resistance, then the maximum amount of current is flow through the 6 ohm resistance and the remaining amount of current is flow through the 8 ohm resistance. Okay, hope you will get the point. Fine. Now we are discussing about the next part of the chapter, that is a thermal effect of the current. Thermal effect of current can be feel by you lot of time. Sometimes you feel that after running a lot of time, the fan or sometimes the bulb also get it heated. the LED bulb, or in the initially we are using the fluorescent lamp or halogen lamp, they are getting heated. This is the phenomena of thermal effect of electrical current. Okay, now we discuss why it will happen or how can it will happen. Okay, we all are know that in a conductor or in a semiconductor there are some electrons and there are some moving electrons and ions are, some atoms are present. When we are applying the battery source across the conductor, then electrons are following a preferred manner. Then the atom is present between the path of electron. Then they collide to each other. Then the kinetic energy present with the present. Then the kinetic energy present to the electron transfer in form of heat. Okay, now we are making a diagram in which you will understand. Here is a conductor. There are some atoms. It is a random position. There is no fixed position. Random position. Here is the electron. Now we are applying the battery sources across it. Now the electrons are moving towards the positive terminal of the battery. Then electron is moving in the left direction. When electron is moving in the preferred direction, then the atoms collide with the electrons. Then kinetic energy of the electron is transferred in form of heat. When they are collide to each other, then the kinetic energy of electron is transferred to the metal in form of heat. Okay, this phenomena is known as the thermal effect of the current. Okay, now we elaborate the formula thermal effect of current. To elaborate the formula of thermal effect या thermal heat, we are considering there is a wire of resistance R is connected with the battery of voltage V and I current is flow through the circuit. Okay, here is the potential difference is V, the current is I. Now we solve. We all are know that the potential difference across the resistance, potential difference V equals to work upon charge. In an initial classes we had studied about that. Potential difference V, work is W, charge is Q. So the work can be written as the charge into potential difference. Work can be written as the charge into potential difference. Now by Ohm's law we all are know that by Ohm's law we know that V equals to IR and current I equals to rate of charge of flow, means Q upon T. So Q equals to I into T. Now we put the value of Q and V in this equation 1. Now we put the value of Q and V in equation 1. It is equation 1. So we get W equals to, what is the value of Q? That is I into T. What is the value of V? That is I into R. Okay. Here, what is the work? Work is the heat generated. Work is the generated heat by the collision of atom and electrons. Yeah, or we can say that it's the thermal effect. So as it is in the form of heat, so we write down that is H equals to I square into R into T. Okay, it is the formula of thermal effect. Yeah, generated heat due to the thermal effect. It is a generated heat due to the thermal effect. It is also known as the Joule's law of heating. Joule's law of heating. The statements of the Joule's law of heating, that the generated heat is depend on the current I, resistance R, and the time T. What is the statements of Joule's law of heating? First, there are the three statements of the Joule's law of heating. First is generated heat H is depend on the current square of the current I. Okay, it is a proportional to the square of current. Proportional to the square of current. Proportional to the square of current flowing through it. Square of current flowing through it. Flowing through the conductor. Okay. What is the Joule's law of heating? First law is generated heat H is dependent on the current. It is a proportional to the square of the current. So Joule's law of heating, first law says that generated heat is the proportional to the square of the current flowing through the conductor. It is the first statement. And the second statement, similar to that, the generated heat is directly proportional to the resistance R. And the third statement is generated heat is proportional to the flowing time of the current. Proportional to the resistance of proportional to the resistance, that is H proportional to R. It is the third statement. Proportional to the time T of flow of current. H proportional to time T. These three are known as the Joule's law of heating. That is, we discussed that the generated heat H equals to I square RT, where generated heat H equals to I square RT. This generated heat is dependent on the current I, square of the current I, and resistance and the time. The dependency of generated heat is known as the Joule's law of heating. This generated heat depends on the current I, resistance R, and the time T. Okay, this is known as the Joule's law of heating. Now we are completed our today's lecture. In the next lecture, we will study about the electrical power and magnetic effect of the current. Okay, so we will meet in the next class. Till that, stay home, stay safe.